Yeah.
It looks like we have a group of people filtering in now. I think. Let's see. Perfect. We give everybody a minute to just filter in. I know that sometimes people can be running late.
Actually, according to my clock, we're a minute ahead.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Better early than late.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, good morning. Or I guess good afternoon, depending on where you are.
Yeah.
We had a lot of folks register from our uh, Europe branches as well. So we got all kinds of time
Nice.
zones here.
And it's afternoon for uh, three of our presenters as well.
There you go.
You're in Europe.
Yep. Yep. West to east, I would say, and center. We
Yeah.
cover it all.
Yeah.
I mean, Europe.
All right, that number seems to be tapering off. I think we're at a good place. If more people filter in, that's okay. So welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us. My name is Matthew. I'm going to be helping out with the Q&A and driving the presentation. But Sonia, I want to let you speak because you're kind of the MC or the host.
Great. Hello and welcome everyone to the Sugar 25.2 release webinar. I'm Sonya Shurek, Director of Product Management for Seller Experience here at SugarCRM. And I'm thrilled to be joining today. This is my first release webinar since joining the company, and it's exciting to share what the team has been working on. The theme for this release is simplified user experience and greater productivity. So everything we've delivered in this release is designed around that idea. And this is continuing on Sugar's mission to simplify the user experience and improve productivity. So sellers can focus on selling. Um, Today, we're going to
Oh,
cover we'll cover updates across the core CRM, AI intelligence, our mobile app, Sugar Connect, and Sales Eye. And we're going to do things a little differently for this release webinar. Each product manager, who you can see here as panelists, will walk you through the updates that they have led for their areas. And then you'll also be given the opportunity to ask questions at the end of each section. So with that, let's dive in and I will hand it over to Sarah Bunch.
All right. Hello, everyone. Sarah Bunch. And we're going to talk today about seller experience. And the first thing we're going to talk about is this is Tanya. She's focused, fast moving, and always balancing happy customers with hitting her quota. But with disconnected systems and no key visual indicators, she spends more time digging and answering questions than selling, really. All right, so we have made significant changes to our legacy UI. In Dropdown Editor is now in Sugar's more modern UI, giving users a cleaner, consistent layout. Users no longer have to edit items in the list row by row. They can edit views directly into that view, add or remove multiple items in one go, and save everything all at once. The new search lets you quickly find drop-down options by filtering as you type, so you don't have to scroll down a long list. We've also added restore default options, so admins can quickly roll back to the original dropdown setup. Overall, these improvements make updating dropdowns quicker and more intuitive. In this view here that you can see, sellers can now bring their data to life by adding colors and font styles to dropdown values. So it makes key information is instantly recognizable. As you can see here, you can see the different sales stages. This formatting automatically carries to different parts of Sugars like records, dashboards, charts, and reports, importantly. So it creates that consistency and polished experience across all of Sugar. So with these clear visual cues, sellers can quickly identify high value deals. Managers can make critical decisions for their team, and teams can gain visibility that they need to work faster and make smarter decisions. Previously, there was no way to visually differentiate different drop-down values in Sugar and maintaining that consistent formatting. So with this new capability, we make the CRM more visually engaging without needing any custom setup. And they do carry to over to charts. So if you make a change here, previously we added that consistency to charts, but now users have the ability to actually apply a specific color to those charts and have it be respected everywhere in Sugar. All right, this last one here, users can now take immediate action on records directly from the list view dashlets and focus dashboards. So it eliminates the need for users to have to go directly into a record to make a quick update. So the same row level actions available in the standard list view and Sugar are now seamless, accessible across dashboards, creating that consistent and intuitive experience for our users here. All right, I'm going to pass it on to Lydia now.
Yep, I'll jump in here for this next feature. This next feature, I'll say up front, is for Cell Premier users only. So we know how much time you spend trying to figure out what has changed in your pipeline week to week. So now what we have added is the ability to show changes in your opportunities over the previous 7, 14, or 30 days. So by changing this drop down that you'll see in the upper right here, you'll be able to show changes for the sales stage, expected close date, and likely fields within the opportunities module. These changes will show up on your list view, your record view, and the list view and record view dashlets. So you'll be able to get a good idea of what has changed in your pipeline from wherever you like to work in Sugar. You can combine this drop-down field with list view filters that allow you to focus your attention on the person or on the team that you need to, helping you eliminate the busy work of trying to figure out what has changed and focusing on what you need to focus on to make sure your pipeline stays strong.
Perfect. Thank you for that. I know we got a couple questions already, so I want to jump into that. Kind of we'll be answering these as we go, and then we'll have a big Q&A at the end. So the first question, can those colored highlight fields work in existing record fields? Or do we have to create new record fields to use those color options?
So we have a list out of the box that on upgrade, they will appear for some state, for example, for sales stages and a couple other ones, but we're not formatting everything in Sugar. We just have some of them so people can see how they work, but users would have to go in and format those fields that they want to see font and different colors for.
Great. Next question, can we limit what fields and modules can be editable from a list view in this view, in the dashlets and drawers?
No, not with this upgrade.
Okay.
Or with this new feature.
Perfect. All right, we got time for maybe 2 more questions, and then we'll answer more of these at the end. What's the field that's driving the changes on the opportunity?
So what we're looking at here is where your data was in the sales stage, expected close date, and likely fields, the stock out of the box fields for those 3 fields, where it was either 7, 14, 30 days ago and where it is today, and then showing you the change in those values. So it's being driven directly from the state of your data on that previous day.
Perfect. And the last one, and then we will come back to these at the end. And if we don't get to all of them at the end, we will answer them offline, so you won't be forgotten. But the last one for right now, and then we'll come back to them, is will the colors be consistent across different systems?
Yes, this should be consistent across different views where that field exists in Sugar.
Perfect. All right. We will come back to the rest of these, but I want to make sure that everybody has time to present. Next up is AI intelligence.
All right, so next up, AI intelligence is part of the intelligence package that people need to sign up for. So this is improvements on the intelligence package.
Perfect.
So you've probably been one of these people. You need to get to know your customers, you need to keep them happy, but at the same time, you need to be prepared and know a lot about them. And that can feel like too much. So that's why we made the account intelligence or the account summary. And now, in addition to what we already have, we are adding needed follow-up. So if it happens that you forget to follow up on an email or a meeting, account summary will surface these things for you. In addition to that, we wanted to make summaries actionable, not just sit there, right? Like, because we got asked, like, what is it that you can do with them aside from like reporting and just see them sit there? So now summaries, or at least the next steps, are actionable, meaning we will make a list of suggested next steps or next actions that you could take, and then you can either email or call or schedule a meeting, and these things will be populated with the text from the next steps. In addition to that, now we are offering restricting user access via roles, which means that you can allow some users to see summaries and others not, which we didn't have as an option before. And finally, we are GAing summaries, meaning on-premise customers can now use the intelligence add-on, which includes account intelligence or account summary, opportunity summary, and case summary. The only requirement is to have IDM enabled and be on a supported version of Sugar, which is 14.2.
Awesome. It's an exciting feature.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. We'll pause it there for any questions regarding the AI updates or changes. All right, first question coming in. Will the account summary be able to bring in current mentions in the media?
So we do have a brand new roadmap that we will soon be excited to show you all. But as a part of that, we are exploring how we can bring in relevant mentions about the company, the customer, the market as a whole into to surface that as a part of, let's say, account summary, although not necessarily called that.
Give it one more second. Any other questions about the AI updates? I think we're good on that. All right, let's move on to mobile app.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining this webinar. And today I'll walk you through the improvements that we made to our SugarCRM mobile app. And these improvements aimed at our sellers, helping our sellers to stay aware, stay connected, and more than that, to allocate their precious time for their actual work, selling and staying efficient. So to remove any friction when utilizing our app and trying to stay connected. So The very first improvement that we made with this release is our caller ID feature. So previously, the app and the feature always and not always, but often missed matches. And that was caused by the fact that in different regions, different states, different countries, you have different habits of storing and different ways of storing the phone numbers with dashes, brackets, in international format, local format, and so on and so on and so forth. So, and that's led to the situation where you don't get your calls identified properly. So what we did is that we improved the logic of identification. So now on, caller ID reads multiple phone number formats, regardless of the country, regardless of the carrier, regardless of the device. So, and it means that you don't need to think on how actually to store the phone number. So you can do it the way you do it every day. No need to change any habits. And even if, for example, the phone number is missing international code, our logic will scan the record to extract that information from the record itself, from any fields that contain the address, and help to identify actually where the call is coming from. So as a result, many more incoming calls identified, and sellers stay aware and no guess games. Perfect. Next thing that we bring with our update is aimed at those sellers who want more information at the same time and want to stay efficient and practice multitasking actually. So any seller that uses Android or iOS tablet can now use SugarCRM mobile app in a tandem with any other app. So basically, we started supporting multi-screen or split screen functionality, and this helps seller to work with internal data and at the same time reference product catalogs, calendars, or even staying on the call from a tablet to get or to have the access to the crucial information. And finally, we made improvements and made changes to the to our Sugar Maps functionality. So previously, planning routes meant planning routes for those sellers who are on the go. It just meant lots of manual work, going back and forth from SugarCRM mobile app to external apps, or just rely. They had to rely on Sugar Maps that inside the app unfortunately does not support live navigation. What we did is we introduced an option to build a route in advance with multiple records at a time. And more than that, our sellers can now set their default mapping and navigation provider. So you won't need to switch back and forth from SugarCRM mobile app to your navigation or mapping application that you use each and every day. And at the end of the day, it would mean that you can simply tap an address from the SugarCRM mobile app and end up it opened in CarPlay or Android Auto. So this helps to reduce friction and save the precious seller's time.
I love this. I love this feature.
Yeah. I'll give it a minute for people to filter in any questions they have about caller ID maps, any kind of thoughts, use cases. Wait a second. There we go. Oh. I'll let those filter in and we'll answer them at the end. It looks like you might have been comprehensive enough to answer all their questions ahead of time. Cool. Oh, before we move on, 1 second. Is this available to all users?
What exactly?
I think the caller ID form.
So Caller ID split screen is available to all the users. Sugar Maps improvements are available to those users who have maps included into their package.
Perfect. Is there a way after a call to transpose what was said from the call into a report in Sugar? I think that's different than the caller ID.
Yeah, actually, so if it's about recording the call, then at this stage it's not possible.
Perfect.
That is a great idea.
Yeah. And I guess this is related to the first question of is this different than what people already have, but it sounds like we already answered that. Perfect. All right. I'll let you think about your any other questions, and we'll answer them at the end, and we'll move on to Sugar Connect.
My name's Andrew Blue, and I have the pleasure of speaking to you about SugarConnect today.
Perfect.
So let's meet Jenna. Jenna is always busy. She's on the move, and her problem is trying to keep all the tools that she uses up to date, CRM, email, calendar, and that's where SugarConnect comes in and helps her. All right, so you can now easily create a record in Sugar with information from an email automatically filled in. So imagine how much time you can save when you're creating a task in Sugar via the SugarConnect sidebar. And information like the subject and body from the email automatically get added to the task, and the sender of the email is automatically added as the contact on the task. So real-time saving improvement here. This functionality is available when you're creating a record in the following modules through the SugarConnect sidebar. It's available for bugs, cases, opportunities, targets, calls, meetings, and tasks. All right, so previously in SugarConnect, if you could only archive an email once into the CRM. If you tried to archive the email again, you would be presented with a warning message saying that that record already existed in Sugar, and you could move to that record in Sugar, you would get redirected. You would have to make your changes manually there. So now, if you use Archive with Options, if an email has already been archived to the CRM, you'll be presented with what records this email is related to, and you have the ability to relate the email to additional records. And then at the time you archive the message, the existing email record in Sugar would be updated with those new relationships. So you basically archive becomes an update as opposed to you're blocked from making an archive. All right, and then the last thing we were going to talk about today is the SugarConnect meeting scheduler functionality, and we've refreshed the UI here to make it a little brighter, a little more fresh, to try to match a lot of the UI improvements that you've seen in Sugar products over the last year or two. So now both the interface that the end user would see to book time on your calendar has been improved, as well as how you create these landing pages and present these pages to your end users, or your customers, I should say.
Awesome. Neat changes. A couple questions already filtering in for that one. One person just says, I like the additional archive too. Thank you.
That's a very requested feature. That was,
yes.
that was one we wanted to do.
Awesome. And then the one question, will it be possible to archive emails to meetings and calls?
To archive an email to a meeting or call, I will have to let me take that offline and get back to you.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions regarding any of these updates or the new meeting calendar? It looks nice. Perfect. We'll move on to Sales Eye then.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Chloe. I'm going to be talking to you about what we've been doing over at Sales Eye. Thank you. To ensure that we have a positive impact on organisations regardless of their size, scale, or operating footprint, the application needed to address certain factors that will mean Sales Eye becomes easy to do business within any geography. We've recently been developing our multi-language capability, and quickly following up on this, we have delivered multi-currency capability as well. We wanted to make it just as easy to see and choose available currencies to a user when they are logged in. In terms of the why, organizations' operating models see them sell products in domestic markets, but they can also sell to customers in overseas markets as well. And in the past, SalesEye has had very limited capability to handle base reporting currencies and other operating currencies, stifling the ability to compare a sale in those currencies that the transaction may have been completed in. In terms of what that looks like, here you can see at the top level navigation, I'm able to choose which currency I wish to view the application in. This will change the currency in the application real time for that user. The currencies available for me to select here will be determined by my admin, and there are 23 currencies in total that we currently support. And below that, you can see a full picture inquiry here being shown in Chinese yen.
Very cool.
Any questions about that? Trying to connect different global teams. I know we have a lot of people on from different countries, so any questions on how we're crunching those numbers, or we'll give it a second. Sometimes people gotta type slowly. I know for me, I have to like pick out each key, so sometimes it takes a second. Looks like that one's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Perfect. I will go ahead and go back to any questions that we haven't answered now, and just take questions from any part of the presentation if it grabbed your attention. So one person asked the features that you focus on in Sugar Connect, are those available for any licenses?
They're available if you have access to Sugar Connect, which would be Sell Premier and Sell Advanced.
Great. Thank you. David wants to know, Chloe, is how does it get the base rate for each currency?
I'd have to take that one offline if that's okay and get the answer from one of our technical representatives. Thank
Sounds
you.
good. We'll go ahead and come back to that. All right. Which of these features are available on-prem, or would it be easier to ask which of these features are not available on-prem?
For the conditional formatting stuff and the editing dashlets, it is available for both.
And
The
summaries are available on-prem right now.
opportunity changes work is only available for Sell Premier, so that's only available to cloud customers.
Thanks. Is there a place to submit requests for upgrade considerations? That's like, I guess, a good question for you, Sonya.
Yes. And yeah, I would have to take that offline. I mean, yes, I mean, definitely you can, if you're interested in upgrading, like, yeah, definitely reach out to your Sugar representative or customer success manager.
Yeah. And we also, just as a side note, we also have a survey going out to many of you through email, asking kind of your feedback on the product as a whole. So if you're looking at specific upgrades that you're hoping to see in future releases, we want to hear that as well. So that should be coming to you soon.
Great.
I'm gonna
Was there-
grab a link for how you can submit an idea to our support team. I think that's what this question is asking.
Great.
So hold on, and I'll drop that in the chat.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Lydia.
Somebody says, not a question, but I love the color options for drop downs. I've been wanting to customize colors and charts.
Yeah, it's been one of our most requested features in the last couple of years.
Great. Somebody asked, is there a separate support team for the SalesEye feature? I think it's the same support team, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah, you go via the same support team and then it will land with our 2 support colleagues that we have on site.
Perfect. In Sugar Connect, is there a way to archive an email to an account that's not associated with any contact in Sugar?
Yes, if you use Archive with options, you have the ability to search. It uses the global search that's available in Sugar, so you could find the account that way. It just won't do it automatically through the quick archive functionality.
Yeah. Takes a little bit more time, but it is absolutely possible.
Correct. Correct.
All right. Let's see. Give it one more second for people to think about their questions. I know we have, I think, 15 minutes left in our allotted time, so we have plenty of time to go over. See. One person asked early on, I want to make sure that we answer this to the larger forum. Is this upgrade going to be pushed out automatically to my Sugar instance, or is there anything I need to do?
Yeah, so this, I mean, releases, it's already been released and generally available. So the updates are live today. For
So there is an
on-premise,
action that they need to do.
there is, yeah, so for when something becomes generally available, it's available for all customers.
Similar question, when are these changes taking place? Well, we have to send to our teams to take advantage to let them know.
It has already been made generally available.
Awesome.
Yeah, you will see the changes when you upgrade to the most recent changes. Yep.
All right. And then we have a couple more questions coming in. Users can remove mandatory fields from the subpanel view, allowing them to save records without needed info. Will this be fixed? I'm not sure. We might have to take that one offline.
Yeah.
Might be outside of the scope of this one. We'll get back to you on that. Let's see. With the caller ID, can you include the company name?
Yeah, it now shows either the company name or account name or the lead name.
Are there any plans with the AI functionality to allow customization to what information it ingests for the company to use? For example, we have a custom module with data that would be most useful for this, but I'm not sure if the current AI works with our custom module. That might be a
No, no, no. It is for the current summaries, we have no plans to expand anything in terms of custom modules. It does take into account any custom fields you have, but custom modules, the set of modules we use is fixed.
great.
But there are enhancements coming, other enhancements coming for AI
Yes.
features.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead
thank
and
you.
connect with you offline as well, just to make sure that we iron that one out with you. Someone wants to know if we can get a summary of the AI features. We do have a lot of material on our website about what the AI functionality includes, but we'll go ahead and get back with you as well. We recently had a webinar on AI, so I'll go ahead and anybody who's interested in getting that can reach out to me as well. Let's see. Somebody else asked if upgrade happens automatically. Yes, it absolutely does. I saw in the release notes that there's an update to how to connect your Microsoft accounts. Will currently connected Microsoft accounts connections be broken when this update is applied?
I think that's a connect question,
That is, yeah.
right?
I don't think it's a connect question. I think Microsoft made changes in the authentication that CRM had to adjust for. There's a new auth flow, if I'm remembering right. And unfortunately, I don't know that I can answer that question. We may have to take this one offline.
Yeah, this was led by one of our different teams. I need to look into see what the result of that was, and then I'll pass that to you, Matt, so that you can answer this question. Yep.
One clarification on the updates. Our support team is starting to roll out updates for our on-cloud customers, but admin users will be notified about the scheduled upgrades coming to them. And if you are getting that notification and you don't want to be upgraded, just go ahead and let us know. When it comes to availability, is this available to Sandbox?
I think it
I
probably
would
depends
assume.
on what they're referring to. some of these features will be in the sandbox, but other features like the opportunity changes will not show up in your sandbox.
Great. How do we add the intelligence option to our instance? Go ahead and reach out to your support team or your CSM. They can help you get that set up. That is a separate add-on to the system, but we can go ahead and take that offline with you. Let's see. When we receive an email from a contact which is registered without this email, can we merge it directly with the mail to the contact?
Could you repeat that?
Yeah. When we receive an email from a contact which is registered without this mail, could we merge it directly to the mail, or could we merge directly the mail to the contact?
So the contact exists in Sugar, and the email comes from that contact.
Yeah.
Okay. In that scenario, in Sugar Connect sidebar, you would see the contact information get loaded automatically when you view that email, when you open that email. And if you archived it, the relationship to that contact would automatically be applied. So it would automatically associate the email to the contact.
Right. Somebody just says, I got the 25.2 upgrade in our stage environment. So they said thank you to the team. Let's see. Somebody wants to know if they can have access to the presentation after this call. I'll go ahead and send out an email with the recording and the slide deck so you guys can share this internally as well. All right. And then give it one more second. Filter in any last thoughts you have. Let's see. Can you speak specifically on any use case or examples for the summary tool in services case in Serve? I know you already answered that one, but I want to answer that for the wider audience. I'll throw that one to you, Arina.
Can you repeat it?
That was one you already answered offline or on the chat, but I wanted to make sure that everybody got a chance to hear it. Can you speak specifically on use cases or examples for summary tool and service cases in Serve?
So for Serve customers, we offer case summaries and account summaries. And you can, I mean, if you already shared the link to the AI webinar, they can go over that, or I can go quickly over the case and account summaries. But for cases, we basically look at the case record and related emails, calls, notes, comment log, bugs, and escalations, and sort of make a summary out of that, along with steps that have been taken to resolve the issue, suggesting next steps, identifying all the participants, identifying blockers, and also offering AI case sentiment. In the case of the AI case sentiment, you can also extract that and make it part of the case record. And then you can also filter by it and report. It's reportable, so you can report on it and automate via BPM to do whatever you want with it.
Awesome. We got time for a couple more questions. So we ask, do users or admins add the colors to the sales stages?
Admins do.
Admins do. Thank you. All right. Sugar Connect question. If you have a contact in the CRM multiple times as they are connected with different accounts but the same email address, can you select the sidebar which contact is the correct one to archive to?
You can with archive with options. You could see all the associated contact records that have that email address, and you could choose which one you wanted to archive with. If you used Quick Archive, it would build the relationship against each one of those contacts because it's just going to look at the email address.
All right. We got a couple of similar questions around AI. I will go ahead, just because we're getting a lot of questions, I'll go ahead and include in my follow-up email some links to the AI side packages as well. We have free trial options for you guys, so I'll include that information in there. And any other questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. We might not get to them, but we will follow up with you offline just to make sure that all of your questions are answered. With that, I am going to go ahead and move on. To
Okay.
Really Central. Oh yeah, closing thoughts actually, if you have any.
Yes, yes. So as you see, this release is all about the simplified user experience and greater productivity, making Sugar faster, smarter, and more intuitive across all areas of the platform. If you'd like to learn more, there is Release Central. There's release notes on Release Central and Sugar Club. And of course, feel free to reach out to your Sugar representative or your customer success manager. And I'd say on behalf of the entire product team, thank you for being part of the Sugar community. And thank you for joining us today.
Awesome. I could just add on a little PS to that as well. So the Really Central, most of you guys already know. I saw a handful of questions talking about information that's in Really Central. For those of you who don't know, we have an online forum called Sugar Club, and that houses all kinds of helpful information, product forums. You can hear from experts, talk to other customers about what they're doing in their instance and what you want to do that's like them. And in Sugar Club, we have Release Central, and Release Central is a hub for all of our product information. You'll find scoop videos, release notes. So it's really a one-stop shop for anything. If you're wanting additional information on top of this webinar, I highly recommend checking out Release Central. And you can bookmark it because it's going to constantly update. Every time we get a new update, Release Central will be updated with the most current information. And on the heels of that, also, we are hosting our last live events of the year in Berlin and Chicago. And I just wanted to throw this out to the team. If this was interesting to you, or if you're wondering about how you can roll this into the future, these are kind of going to be our live events for the future. So they're happening in Berlin on October 23rd and Chicago on November 6th. And we're going to have conversations about our future roadmap, how AI integrates with Sugar, and we're going to hear some customer success stories from customers that are already implementing it. So it's a really good chance to get in front of other customers and executives. If you're in the area or if you're interested in traveling to these areas, we do have limited seats, and we are very close to our limit since we are close to the event. So do reserve your spot. Go ahead and go to that sugarcrm.com/roadshow and sign up if you're interested. It's going to be a hoot. And with that, I think we'll close off. Thank you guys all for coming. I thought this was really productive. I appreciate everybody for presenting their sections. There's a lot of really interesting stuff here. If we didn't get to your questions, please feel free to reach out to your support team as well. We do want to hear from you guys, and we will be following up with an email and recording and deck as well. So from the team, thank you, everybody. Appreciate your time this morning, and have a lovely rest of your week.
Have a good one.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.